to Can We Just Talk, Deepthi? Deepthi.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much for this invite. I'm really excited to talk about.
Today we are going to talk about a very interesting topic. We're going to talk about Indian matchmaking. Apparently you have some opinions about it. I watched all of the episodes yesterday because I'm going to be talking about it. So I want to know everything about what you felt.
Okay, so I started watching it on Tuesday after seeing 2 Instagram stories of my friends. But then they were, as usual, they had a bad critic on it. But I did not want to have a prejudice over a show because I feel that I always stand out of the crowd. So I for sure knew that I wouldn't be able to connect with what they might say. So I just went in to see, and the one thing that I did was I watched with my mom.
Okay. Interesting.
So it got argumentative. We were discussing a lot of stuff along the way, along the series, and it was just binge watched like 8 episodes with my mom.
After watching it, was your opinion the same as your friends?
Kind of, yes. I understand why they have stated certain things. As well as since I had my mom beside me, I had her version as well, because you always try to find a balance between the previous generation and the the stuff that's actually running through.
Yes.
You just can't stick to this side and say that your generation is really bad, and that's not how it works. And we need to strike a balance out of it, and that's what I thought. You have good and the bad side of it, but definitely the bad side has its own more power to show it on screen, especially when Netflix produces it. It reaches larger amount of people who are non-Indians, which kind of portrays a bad image on this is how the society is, which no one wants to be portrayed that way.
What did your mother think about the show?
She laughingly said, I think I need to bring Seema auntie to you as well. I need to contact her.
So your mom actually likes what she saw. She's like, okay, this is the way to go.
No, since I have been taming her for like few years, not tame actually, I shouldn't use that word, but I have to bring in my thoughts to her. She is actually trying to understand mine. I'm coming from a very open-minded, free-spirited family. Yet they have an edge over their perceptions of everything. So it's a very healthy conversation that I have with my family. So that's a very big advantage from my side, I should say. But what she meant was certain things you need to preserve the culture. I'm Marathi basically, so I'm in Tamil Nadu. I'm staying in Chennai since my birth, and even my parents are from Tamil Nadu. So what she is meaning to say is, if I'm gonna love somebody out of Marathi community, it will, I'll start talking Tamil, and my generation might lose our heritage of since we have migrated from Maharashtra to Tamil Nadu. You lose certain things down when the generation just grows, So she wants to preserve it. So that's her point of view, where you preserve my culture as well as respect everyone's. If you're gonna, she isn't saying no for love marriage, but certain things she wants me to inculcate and give back to my generations.
Okay, and what is your opinion of the Indian matchmaking?
My opinion of Indian matchmaking is that it was a really great platform to give out a lot of information, which was like wrongly portrayed, because Seema Taparia, who is the host of the show, has a bigger advantage over larger audience, and she could have dealt it in a different angle. But what she did was she's why from my mom's and my grandmom's generation, so she tried to get into the adjustment, which no one of our generation would love to connect with, right? So I felt she had the power, but I think she did not use it Maybe I wouldn't show hatred towards her because that's how she has grown, and that has given her power. I think I read in an article that she did a show a long back, A Suitable Girl, that actually broadcasted. It's a documentary basically.
Okay.
And then from the time that documentary to what she is now, she has grown. She has
Yeah.
like grown grown her own mindset, and she is very settled in what she wants in the business, and that has given her money and fame.
Yeah.
So she doesn't want to lose that. She's using the Indian values, the culture, as her advantage of getting the fame and money. So it's not that I'm showing her the hatredness is a way to deal things with. It's
Yeah.
about being spoken about, and bringing this critic, this talk, I think will change everybody's perspective.
When I saw Nadia and how she was being ghosted, how she was being stood up, I was like, if this beautiful, gorgeous girl is getting ghosted and stood up, I have no chance. Like, she is so gorgeous, she has everything, and she can't find love. Like, the guys who are dating her are ghosting her. What the hell is happening?
But
Like, if I were a guy, I would like treasure a Nadia.
I loved her, the way she was, the way she made the guys feel comfortable. I
Yeah.
think that's one thing that I really loved. The way she comforted, and the way she started the conversation, I really loved, and that's the exact same thing I felt as well. Avlike, for the person who she is, and for the diverse background and the way outgoing she is, Avlike Kedikkampo, and I think I don't know where and what went wrong there.
Even us girls are crushing on her. How many guys would have DM'd her
Guys,
after the show, right? So I
so
bet she's having
exactly.
a hell of a luck right now.
Nice,
So good
yeah.
luck, good luck to her. I mean, may she
Yeah,
find
definitely.
love. My opinion of the show is, to be very honest, I saw all the negative stuff, all the negative things about the show, which made me curious. This is not the kind of show that I would go and watch on Netflix. The only reason I watched it was because I was going to talk about it. When I read all the negative comments, and then I went to watch it, I was prepared. Like, I had a notebook and I was like going to write notes on episode 1 what I don't like, episode 2 what I don't like. So actually, what ended up happening was, episode 1 I wrote here nothing. Episode. So it's like, that's how it went. I didn't find anything wrong with Indian matchmaking, and the reason is because, okay, here's what the cons of the show is that it just basically whitewashed everything. It's like, if you put it shows one particular type of group of people finding love, Indian matchmaking. If you see a Tamil padam, okay, where they are doing பொண்ணு பார்க்கறேன் மாப்பிள்ளை பார்க்கறேன், that is totally different from what is happening. It's like, this is like watching like the high class people getting Indian matchmaking. First of all, you need to be able to afford a matchmaker. Okay, so we're not even like talking about like in middle class family anymore already. So this is like a rich people problem that we're dealing with. So there's so much of whitewashing over here, so much of pretty things we are seeing all the time, and all of them, we can't say is rich. We're just basically saying that they are not in the whole, the kind of middle class that I grew up in. Like, so watching that is like watching like a very rich people problem kind of thing happening. And so first of all, I can't even afford a matchmaker. That is the kind of world that we family we are in, right? I think finding a matchmaker is a luxury, and so it's a luxurious entertainment
Task.
For people like to just watch and talk about and judge and stuff like that. That's what I feel. I think that the only problematic thing that I saw was the one that I cannot tolerate, I find very annoying, is Akash family, because of the emotional blackmail is on a different level. I do my own videos about emotional blackmail. It's like watching the emotional blackmail come to life right in front of your eyes, when his mother's like, I'm going to have BP because of you, give me the medicine, and it's like, every time I think about it, I'm gonna cry. Like, I think if a non-Indian watches this and sees the mother. Is like, it's a very different type of a reality show where it's like a mom
Yes.
tells the son, like, by the end of this month you're gonna choose one person. Like, I think that is
Yes.
something that reality
Only
shows
then
are.
your elder brother can produce a baby.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
colorism, the casteism, all this exists. But to be very
Yes.
honest, because it's so whitewashed, you have to read between the lines. I think Indians catch it faster. That are non-Indian looking at it might not be able to understand what's happening. And then I think the one that pissed off pretty much everyone was the fact that when Sima keeps saying the girl must accommodate, the girl must
Yes.
adjust. So and there was in fact, when I was watching this, this morning I was watching this movie Newton. Have you seen that movie?
No.
Okay.
No.
So there was this movie called Newton. It's a Hindi movie, and you see a matchmaking scene in that movie, and you see that has to be even more real than what they're showing. So basically, the guy, the father of the groom to be, he says, the groom to be, he says that I want to graduate to be my wife. This girl is not, she has not studied, she's so young, I don't want to marry her. So the father said, she has a degree, and to do what? If she has a degree, do you think that she will massage your mom's leg, your mom's feet? She said she'll be like harping on wanting to go to work. I don't want that kind of daughter-in-law. I want one who will massage your mother's legs. That is also a reality of what they're
Reality.
expecting
Yes.
their bahu, their daughter-in-law to be like, right? And you see that a lot in Akash
Yes.
family.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
Akash family is like a disaster
Yes.
waiting to happen. I can't tolerate I can't tolerate Akash. I don't understand him. And plus he's so young. I think that's why he can't make a decision, right? He's 25 years old,
Decision.
right?
Yes. 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 I
25.
don't know what he has seen
Yeah.
yet.
So that's why I think he's too
It's
young.
just as the wife is a reflection of his mother. So என் அம்மா சொன்னா நான் கேட்பேங்க சந்தோஷ் சுப்ரமணியம்ல சொல்ற மாதிரி எங்க அப்பா சொன்னாருங்க எங்க அப்பா சொன்னாருங்க.
Ada. And then
This is
it's
also good.
and then the another annoying scene was when Akash friend, the girl, she looked at that to be bride's picture, and she was
Fiance,
like,
yeah.
not bad. And I'm like, hey, hello, enough. You don't say not bad, okay? That girl is so pretty. Okay, you don't anyhow say not bad to her face. I saw the picture and I was like, it's time for my photo shoot. It's like, so she's so pretty, and you're like, not bad. What if she's not bad? Then what are we?
Yeah. So one line that intrigued me is that the girl says, "This is what I want to." When she meets Akash and she comes to the camera and says, "I think he's the man I dreamt of." I was like, what did you see? What did you guys talk actually? He's just saying, my mom said. What did you actually see in that guy to, even say that, this is the guy I want to be with?
Yeah.
Like, there was a proper connection, a conversation. He was just stumbling. He didn't know what he wanted because he was already fighting a battle between his needs and his mom's needs. So, basic level, he couldn't match with his mom's expectation, or probably he did not know what he wanted because he was too young to, his thoughts, his way of brought up was like overshadowing. His mother was like overshadowing over everything, I guess. So
Yeah.
when it's time for his marriage, he doesn't know what he actually wants. He's like, oh, this girl, it's nice, she's pretty, but I don't know. And
Yeah.
he has seen like around 70, 80 girls. I don't know why he rejected them.
Yeah.
I don't think been a proper reason for the rejection as well.
And his plus is so
Yeah.
young. What do you know at 25 years old? And then he said, yeah, I started my company for 2 years now. And the mother said, no, more than that. Yeah, 2 years,
More
2 months.
than that, exactly.
2 years, 2 months.
2 months.
I felt like he was giving his mom the what the fuck look. Like, yeah, 2 years, 2 months. Yeah, I'll add the 2 months. When the usually in movies the mother will be like, okay, tell them what you have studied. Tell them that degree you got. What was that? I think I've seen this scene in Friends where Ross will be like saying, I'm Ross Geller, and then his mother's like, Dr. Ross Geller.
Dr. Ross Geller.
அது ஒரு பெருமை. இருக்கட்டும். What about the other couples?
What was Vyasa's view? Because he was kind of chilled. He knew what was happening around him. And even after the show, when he was being interviewed, I just saw in an article where he gave his interview saying that, I actually did not know that this show would, have this much critic. Because after watching the show, he felt that the way Seema dealt with women was completely different to what Seema was to him.
Yeah.
So that took a shock of for everybody around him and him himself.
Yeah.
So I think uh, that defines the show. Even the contestant felt something different, and
Yeah.
something needs to be done. So from a man's point of view, when he is feeling that, I think the show will have its own set of audience where you talk about and you get to the root of it, and you understand why this show has been produced, and what you have to take out of it instead.
Yeah.
So I think the Vyasa's point of view was I loved for the way he took the show.
Apparently, like, he has a lot of fan base right now. That's what I've read. I read the same article. Apparently that he has a big fan base right now. A lot of girls are DMing him, whatever. So that's great. Good luck to him too. I actually don't find Seema a problematic thing at all. I just feel like she's someone of her she's a person of her age, this is what people wanted. This is people what wanted. So when she meets a groom who says all these things, and then let's say, for example, let's just take Akash's mother, okay? Because why should we go and look for another person? Let's just take Akash's mother. So let's say Akash's mother figure tells Seema that this is the kind of things I'm looking for. The girl must be able to adjust and things. So when she go and meets the girl, that's what she's going to be telling the girl, right? And I'm sure this is happening now. Only we are so woke. Now only we are so like speaking out about, no, why must girls be accommodating? But that's the way that now we are speaking like that. But back then, that's the way we were all brought up. I'm thinking about my mom's generation and how my mom was. She was also had an arranged marriage, and I'm thinking about how my mom married. So, and how emotionally blackmailed she was to get married. So it's nothing different. That's why I'm watching this show. It's like, yeah, okay, I totally can resonate with everything here. Like when even they said, oh, okay, he's good, he's tall, he's fair. Everything they say is basically a reflection of our society. And then for people to be like, oh my god, I can't believe I've seen something like that. Excuse me. You need to go and sit down in family discussions a bit more and stop just watching YouTube. I think that she's just a person of her time, and she's just doing what the groom parents are asking, because she herself said that she deals with family more, while Geeta was
Yes.
supposed to deal with more of individual, the work thing.
Progressive, yeah.
Yeah, but progressive.
Yes.
But you saw what Geeta did. Like that was like what just happened?
Twist.
Yeah. So I think even the girl was Ankita, right?
I was taken aback. Like when you're gonna meet a person, you tell their histories, and when you tell the history of the person, then you just see the person as he is. Like I think the fact that he, I mean, obviously I understand his. Even Ankita acknowledged that the guy whom she met wouldn't have probably felt the comfort to tell that he was a divorcee in the first meet, because he might have had other plans to tell it down the line. But it was Geeta's duty to disclose everything about the person, so that you see the person as a person. That was a whole concept of being the progressive match maker.
Yeah.
But then that's how I think she wanted to just click and make money out of it. So she thought Ankita would backfire and she wouldn't come back. So I don't know. It was really a great shock, and I think for the person she thinks she is, she must have she must have been an open book for everything. I think even Ankita wouldn't have been had a problem because of that. Because for the way she is, I think she would have taken it in a better way if things were told. Yeah.
And I also feel like Geeta is more regressive than Seema. Even though we initially at the starting we thought that the way that Geeta was speaking is like, but why do you want to get married now? Well, I'm like, so she's like a very woke person, you know. She gets to the root of stuff. And then the meeting with Ankita is like, what just happened? Like, what just happened here? Like, it's ridiculous. And even Ankita felt the same way. It was so regressive to a different thing. Asking a girl to like leave all her support system and just go to another country because her husband has migrated to another country without no questions asked. You know, so regressive the way that she spoke. I think that Aparna was a very interesting character. I feel like a lot of people are like bitching about her on social media, like, oh, she's such a bitch, she's so stubborn and all this. But to be very honest, she's nothing. Like, I've seen a lot of people like her, and honestly, yeah, there's a lot of facets about her which is like, you know, at the beginning she'll say, just find me someone, and then she has like 10,000 rules. So it is like she's very she's set in her own ways.
The way of carrying things did not suit her.
Yeah,
for the way Seema is, and for the way Aparna is thinking, I think it did not just click.
I think that Aparna is unique in her own way. I think every single one of them are unique in a way, and there are 10 million Aparnas out there, there are 10 million Nadia out there, and the 10 million all of them out there. So I think everyone is just another reflection of another 10 million people out of here. So that's why I don't find anything really wrong. You know, the last scene of the show where Seema's talking to a new client, and that girl is like, but I don't want someone who's too dark. Like, you know, when she said that, I was like, and I was like, I was really going to like say like, okay, I didn't find anything like bad about this show except for like the Akash family. Then she was like, she was like such like a woke person, the way she was in the whole family. And then she's like, yeah, but like I don't want such a dark person. Like, I'm like, girl. Whenever every girl or the guy actually listed down what they wanted, I didn't see anything wrong with them. And people out here judging them, it's like, oh, that's ridiculous. It's like everybody to their own, right? To what you believe in, what your preference is. When I was a young kid, I totally bought into the whole fairy tale Prince Charming thing. Now the problem is Prince Charming was a velakaran. So I thought that if I were to go on a date, if I want a Prince Charming, I have to find a velakaran, American man. So until about the age of 27 years old, I only went out with Caucasian men, like American men. No Indian men. Indian people are not even on the list of the people that I will go out with, because I'm looking for my Prince Charming. And then it was when I had my like aha moment, and then I just came out of that, and then I started dating like really great Indian men, and it's been a great journey so far. So I think that if you had interviewed me, if I was on this show at 25 years old, my first thing would have been, he should be an American, no Indians place. That would have been what I've said. So I will be the most hated person on social media. I'm not going to be sitting here and judging people for what they want if all they want is a tall person. So what other dates stood out for you?
I think the age difference between Vyasar and that one woman who was 7 years elder
Manisha.
to her. Yeah, Manisha.
Okay.
I think I don't know at what point it was a shock for me as well when they were talking about vacuum cleaner for a very long time, and then the conversation escalated very quickly to having kids and not having kids, and then I did not know what happened exactly. That the editing was super fast and I couldn't make out. But at first I thought they were really matured. She was very mature to date. She should not see the age barrier, because I think so. And he did not feel very just because she's an older woman. He did not feel that oh my God, she has seen a better world, and he did not act any different. I think it was good, but I did not know what went wrong.
To be very honest about him, I feel like now he's gonna have better options on the internet because all these girls like being all thirsty for him. So apparently the thirst tweets out there. That's what the internet has been saying. So I feel like he has a lot of chance of getting happiness from all those people who are willing to accept and accept his past and willing to accept everything. But I just feel like Nadia's first date and then how awkward it was going. It was
Yes,
the lawyer. I
yes.
felt it. Whenever like she asked a question, he answered, and then it's like, okay, then she goes back to her food because he's not talking about anything anymore. Like I felt it because it's a very something that I could totally relate to when the guy doesn't talk much, and then you have to like continuously like prompt him to like say something. Yeah, so I totally felt it. So I want to like, I just before I came on here, I actually saw a couple of messages about this. So let me go through that with you and about this show. What is the most the comment about this show that you found like really like it sticks into your head, like that this a person said?
Yeah, so I read one comment that a woman had posted it. She was like, "We collectively in Mumbai, we are opposing Seema and we are gonna show hatred towards her. So please join us in this." You don't see a problem with Seema. She's just offering what the family wants at the end of the day. So the problem is with the families, the people around you first. So when our family members stop talking about you see a person as a person, then that's it. When your family members start asking, "I want a tall fair girl, I don't want any graduate, she has to stay home," then the problem lies there, right there, not what you see on Netflix is just getting all these boozing stories just to catch your eyes.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the story there. So
I can see how Indian matchmaking is problematic, but I think it's also fascinating in the way that it shows how, for most people, the opposite of loneliness is marriage, nothing in between. So,
yeah.
why does Aparna want to get married? What was the reason? I think it's because she's just lonely.
Yeah. I think that's a pressure that I think she said her parents are divorced, and she has been raised with a single parent. And think at some point the family backgrounds play an important role to find yourself comfort in other person's presence. So
Yeah.
I think it's some insecurity inside you that pushes you that you're perfect the way you are, Aparna, but I think you need that again.
Yeah.
Maybe I think if she finds the comfort with herself first, and she actually finds out what she actually wants from a marriage, I think then she'll find the answer of how a person has to be with her and all, like what she's looking for.
Yeah.
So marriage is like just a checkbox. Like just because I'm single, it's not that. It has to happen. You need to, find what you want actually, so that you know your compatibility with the other person, and then because she thinks that she's perfect. I
Yeah.
mean, she is perfect. It's not that she isn't perfect.
Yeah.
She is perfect. So I think the way she looks at marriage is completely different to what Seema is actually looking for,
Yeah.
and that actually disconnected everything from
Yeah.
everyone.
I'm like 90% sure Ankita used Indian matchmaking to promote her clothing line, and you love to fucking see it. We stand a marketing queen. Yeah, what a great way to promote her clothing line. Why
Yeah, that's
not?
what an advantage now.
Why
Yeah,
not?
exactly.
Yeah. Indian men. This is a picture of Akash. My mom is literally what I want to be looking at in a wife.
Why? Oh, God.
Yeah, I remember this scene when he was talking to that girl, and then he said that, you want to work? Then who's going to take care of the kids at home? Yeah,
Yes, I do
it's
remember.
very ridiculous. It's ridiculous to think like that because from the beginning he keeps saying, I want to connect with the person on an intellect level, intellect way. So the intellect must come from somewhere, right? So which means that he was
Yeah.
thinking that she's educated or whatever, and then she comes in and she says, yeah, I'm educated and everything, and I would like to work. And he's like, huh? No, stay at home. So he want the intellect so only to connect with her. Like you studied
Yeah,
all
and
this so I can connect with you. It doesn't make any sense.
you,
So a girl studies so hard, you want a really smart girl, but she must stay at home. That was
I
what he
think
was saying.
I think he just had his mother's picture in front of him,
Yeah.
and he was like, "No, she has to take care of the kids." And then he had started, changing his mind. I think he's still battling between what he wants. Maybe he actually wants, an intellectual person to connect with, but the mom's needs are coming in front, and the emotional blackmailing is coming in front of his eyes,
Yeah.
and it's kind of totally blindfolding him from. I think I just hope everything good comes his way.
Yeah,
And he
me
actually
too. They got married, right? So they got engaged.
engaged. Yeah, the engagement was called off.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the engagement has called off because he got to know about that woman more, and it did not suit his family. So they called off. The engagement has been called off.
Oh my
So
goodness. Well, at least he had the guts to do that, to like call off the engagement. That's great, actually. That's great.
exactly.
Way to go, Akash. Um, how the hell did Netflix produce a program like Indian Matchmaking? It is wrong on so many levels. Some of the things are appalling. Sexism, classism. I, however, cannot stop watching it.
Yeah, you have it. You have the answer. That's what Netflix wants.